Hi, my name is Kelly Snalem. I've been teaching Pilates since 2005, and I'm also a master teacher trainer with the Pilates Sports Center here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Today with me is Alexa Bowen. She's also a Pilates instructor here at my studio, and she's all warmed up and ready to go. We're going to be on balanced body equipment today. We have the clinical reformers. We're on a red and a yellow spring, and our foot bar is actually pegged one down from Alexa's neutral. We're also going to use a little sticky on the headrest just to make sure that her feet don't slip when we do our long stretch series. So let's get started. First, Alexa's going to come onto her knees. Her hands are going to go exactly shoulder distance apart on that foot bar. Her feet are going to send back to just in front of the crack of that headrest. Perfect. And she's assuming a nice push-up plank position. I'm going to have her push herself up nice and high off that foot bar so I can ensure that her scapula are nice and separated. She's going to give me a big inhale and an exhale, engaging her core. On her next inhale, we're going to send this carriage out. She's going to open the carriage, really reaching through her long body, and she's going to draw back in, finding her lats, her core, and every other muscle stabilizer to get that chest back over her foot bar. It's a nice big inhale as she presses out. She's going to feel a little reach through her heels just so we don't get too up on those toes. That was perfect. A nice big inhale out. Knit those ribs together, stay right in this nice little plane, draw yourself all the way back in. That was very nice. We're going to do two more here with Alexa. She's got a nice long inhale, keeping those scapula separated. Maybe tuck that tail under just a tiny bit so we don't get in the back. And our last one is a nice big long send, a nice deep ha breath so she feels her low deep abs all the way into that foot bar. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your knees down. We're going to take the feet onto the shoulder rests. We're going to keep them dorsiflexed, and she's going to send her hips forward for down stretch. Now we're going to get a nice straight line from the shoulders, the hip, and the knee. It's a nice diagonal line with a slight little arc in the back. She's going to give me a nice inhale to prepare here, and then an exhale to send the carriage away. Nothing's going to change in that body alignment, keeping everything nice and neutral, and then exhale, draw back in, and press back out. Nice work. Beautiful. Draw all the way in, show your chest off just a little bit towards the ceiling. Good. Beautiful. A big inhale. Nice job. And then an exhale is going to bring the carriage back in, feeling the core engaged and readjusting those lats because we really want to focus on all the stabilizers that bring those shoulders back and down into pretend back pockets. Neck stays long. Nice work, Alexa. You could probably show that chest off a tiny bit more. There you go. One more time. Big push out and draw that carriage all the way back in. Nice work. That's our down stretch. We're going to send her bottom back up to the ceiling for up stretch. She's going to take her feet and just make a nice little high heel shoe against the shoulder rest. That gives her plenty of real estate for movement. She's going to drop that head down deep between the center of her arms, and she's going to take a nice big inhale as she sends the carriage out. Nice work. Arms stayed exactly where they were for the other two exercises. Her exhale is going to draw her back into that nice plank position, unfurl that neck, and send the hips back up. Beautiful. We're kind of imagining that pelvis is just rolling around. Come all the way in. Neck gets long again. Draw that carriage home. Keep that tail pulled under, still focusing on the core, the lats, and all those shoulder stabilizers. Nice work, Alexa. One more time this direction. Good. Exhale, draw that carriage in. Feel the shoulders open. We're going to send the hips back up, and she's going to let those heels drop down. All right, so now we're transitioning into elephant from up stretch. So all Alexa needs to do is drop her heels down and keep them all the way up against the shoulder rests. She's going to keep this nice down dog position, feel her back flatten out, and find nice length through her hamstrings. The toes will lift for a little extra stretch. The inhale is going to push the carriage away. The exhale is going to draw the carriage back in, but initiating that movement from her tail. Inhales, push out. Good. Her exhale is drawing her back in. She wants to feel those shoulders open up. Tons of lat stability here as she presses out. Her exhale will bring her back in, trying to find that low, deep transverse abdominal contraction, locating the entire core, keeping the pelvis tucked under, nice and scooped core. She has two more here. She's going to draw back in. Good. Beautiful breath, Alexa. That sounds great. Last time. Draw all the way back in. Beautiful. Take a nice little break. Come all the way back in. And you're going to turn around and have a seat on the foot bar for me. Good. If you need to stretch out your wrists a little bit, this next exercise is a little wristy. It's called long back stretch. From here, she's going to go ahead and plant her hands back on that foot bar once those wrists are nice and loose, fingers forward. She's going to send her feet forward so she's reaching towards the shoulder rest and then lift the hips up and off with nice straight arms. That looks great. From here, without moving the carriage, she's going to try and drop that tail down in a nice neutral spine. Beautiful. She's going to exhale, send that carriage all the way out, isolate those hips up, and draw all the way back in. That was beautiful. Drop down. Get nice and neutral, dropping the hips in towards the spring, sending the carriage out, articulating up on that send, keeping the belly in nice and deep. Draw the carriage back in. Good. And drop down. That was gorgeous. Good. 2 more times. Sending it out, lifting it up, pulling all the way in. Nice. And articulate down, drop down. Her last time, she sends the carriage out. She lifts up, finds the height of that nice pelvic lift, draw all the way back in. Have a seat on that foot bar. That was beautiful. Those exercises are very challenging. Thank you, Alexa, for being such a great client. Once again, my name is Kelly Snalem.